Fuck formalities. Everyone knows what this
I'm
is.
Maka Flocka Flame. Welcome to me and Josh's OnlyFans.
Oh no. I was saying, fuck formality. Everyone knows what this is. This is gonna be a bullshit. I shouldn't. Perfect. Sensational.
Sensational. I thought about saying it. I'm not gonna
You
lie.
should have.
Sensational.
This is gonna be off the cuff. I don't.
Yeah. Did you not have any?
Of course
Lost
not.
on
Yeah, I
those?
told you this was just gonna be a whole bunch of stupidity rolled into one with some brief intermixes of actual shit.
I expected you to have at least a couple notes.
I mean, I was gonna talk about my meat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we just
That go good, right?
yeah, it did.
Big PRs, all the PRs.
All of them.
Peanut butters, PBs.
I'm gonna start calling them peanut butters.
That's what Big Greg calls them.
Ooh,
Big Greg!
that's great.
Big Greg, my dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot your dad's name.
The last time you said something about him, you called him Big Greg, and it threw me off. Because remember,
For some, I am
just
just.
remember when my parents were in town on like Memorial Day weekend. You're like, "Hey, yo, you think Big Greg will have time to
I thought it was
chat?"
Papa Greg.
No, you called him Big Greg.
It
Yeah.
threw me off too because I just listened to a podcast with Greg Panora. So when you said Big Greg, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. For those that don't know, I guess Big Greg maxed out at 260 back in his prime. Natty Greg too.
Yeah.
Fat 260.
I was about to say, was it a lean 260?
Fuck no!
Because didn't
Could
he
you imagine being fucking 5'11" at a lean 260? Natty.
Oh boy.
Yo.
I'm trying to think of anybody that. Because Jamal right now, I think Jamal's like 6'1".
Ronnie Coleman. Oh wait, how tall was Ronnie Coleman?
I don't remember.
I couldn't tell you. That's what that's what the Googs for.
Yeah, I was saying my phone's recording, so you gotta look it up. But like, there's a couple like Shane Hunt. I don't remember how tall he is. I think Jamal. I think they're all probably around like 6'1".
Ronnie Coleman height. 5'11". Boom. There we go.
Easy fucking peasy.
I mean, fucking Branch Warren's 5'6", and he competed at probably 240, 250.
Nick Walker's 5'6".
He's a different animal. He also competes at like 245, 255.
Well, he's open though, so he just looks as big as he possibly fucking can. His
No
legs
shit.
are probably like 120 pounds. He's 260.
More like
All spider and varicose veins and all.
Did you see they popped, so they're not there anymore. Everybody thought he got like surgery done on him, so people were like congratulating him. He's like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?"
They did kind of look nutty, and like they're not exactly the healthiest, but like you got to do some actual therapy shit to work them out.
They started getting worse, and then all of a sudden they go, "No mas."
That's funny.
Yeah.
Maybe his legs will look better without them. They already look nutty enough. It's just that's the first thing that drew your attention.
Yeah, they were. I feel like they're getting worse. They're kind of gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
Icky, my boy.
We already got off topic. Yeah. So my meat.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, we were going
Fuck
there. Yeah. If you ever decide to compete again, you could talk about it too.
One of these days.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes,
Yeah, buddy.
Cornhusker State Games. It was a twofer, 2-dayer. I only did a 1-dayer.
Was it 2-dayer?
Well, yeah, it's been growing. I only did the 1 day, then I had to come back the next day for my athlete. She did well. But for myself, yeah, PRs across the board. Plus, we went 9 for 9 with all 27 white lights,
Big dog.
which is
Fucking hella impressive.
wild. I would say
Not
after
even getting one red on like a squad.
No.
It's fucking
nothing.
immaculate.
Yeah, I would say we started too. I started matching my last meet PR at 5:34, and I went.
That was your opener.
That was my opener. Yeah, that was my opener. I went down and like I'll have to ask Skylar if he can post the video on here. Halfway up, like the bar rolled up my back, and so I fell forward a little bit, and it took me a second to correct it and get my chest up. You can see in the middle of my squat, my face was like, "What the fuck?" When I finally got up and I turned around, I like looked back at the bar like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Looked at the bars.
Not only that, I got back there and I realized, I looked at Matt, I'm like, "Matt, did I get all whites on that?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Did I do that Talon grip?" He's like, yes, you did. Don't do it again.
No shit.
Yeah. For the viewers, talon grip, your pinky's underneath, which is illegal in competition standards. You have to have all 4 fingers around the bar. You can do thumbless, but you have to have all 4 fingers around. And so, I came back and I'm like, man, I did that talon. I'm like, did I get all whites? He's like, you did. I'm like, okay. He said, I suggest not doing that again. I'm like, okay.
I suggested that to myself, but I forgot.
Because it was.
I'm kind of.
Yeah. It was first time competing at that point in 7 months. So it's just like, mine went blank, walk up to the bar, I usually very aggressively shove the finger in there and it's done. Yeah. But so after that 534, Matt looked at me. He's like, you looked fine. Like the bar just rolled. I'm like, I know. And so he said, do you want to like continue up on like the same progression we had? I'm like, fuck yeah, I do. I'm goddamn right. So took the second at 551. And then that one,
you made like a less than 20-pound jump.
Yeah, but we were a little worried. We were gonna do 550. We were gonna do 556, but after the first, she's like, "That was weird." She took 551, looked better than 534. So we're like, "Fucking golden."
Unsurprisingly,
after 551, I was so happy. I looked at Matt. I just nodded, walked back, and put my headphones back in. He called my next attempt for me. I did the math wrong in my head too, so I walked out there thinking it was 567, and then it was 573. And so I walk out to the bar thinking 567, which is 5 pounds under my like gym PR that I did during peak weeks. I'm like, oh, this will be fucking easy. And then I do it. It was a bitch and a half. That was a grinder. And then I got back. I realized it said 260 kilos. And I'm like, wait a minute. And it was 573. I'm like, oh.
Josh forgot he had that dog in him.
I got that motherfucking dog in me, brother. And so when we got back to the warm-up room, it was either Dalton or Shane looked at me like, did you go 3 for 3? I'm like, I did. Like, you realize you got all whites too. I'm like, oh, well, what the fuck?
That's kind of neat.
And so at that point we were just like, let's just like, I wanted a total, but then it started a little thought in the back of my head like, what if we just go 9 for 9? What would we do? And we did. Bench started. I don't remember what I opened with on bench. Oh, I opened at 308, which is even funnier because I was 5 pounds over my bench PR last meet.
Yeah, because you relatively recently got comfy at that 300-pound range. Like that's like not an old thing. That's a fairly recent development.
It was
last like what 6 months probably.
Yeah, so I hit
comfy in that range.
I hit my first like paused 315 in January. That was after a vacation, after I'd been doing literally nothing for a week, but just vibing.
What we call peak recovery.
Oh, 100%. We were hiking just in the mountain there, eating whatever the fuck we wanted.
Getting
just
hammered.
Winter vacation. Shh, yes. But I came back and like I was just gonna do like a 4x5 ascending, trying to just feel good. I did, and I was like messing with my grip a little bit, going from my pinky on ring to middle finger.
This is what they call the shit felt light PR.
Yeah. Which I haven't done in I don't know how long, but that day I did 225 with my pinky on the ring, and I'm like, the last block before I went to vacation, I had middle finger on ring for like a wide grip variation. I went out there and did another set of 5 at 225 with that, and that was like fucking moving. So I'm like, do I do it?
Do I have that dog in me?
And so at that point, I'd done a 2x5 at 185, and now a 2x5 at 225. Well, I'm like, fuck it.
That ain't shit.
We load up 275 single, load up 295 single, easy. I'm like, yeah, we're doing 315. Throw on a little Michael Bublé, feeling good, make you
bubbly,
feel like that
bubbly.
bitch. And then so yeah, hit 315 first time in January, and then I started working with Matt again in like April after another block of like attempting to program myself or just messing around with conjugate.
Your congelation.
There was
whatever the fuck.
There was some fuckery afoot. I don't remember.
Your progressive overload undulating conjugation.
Yeah, pretty much. When I look back, I realized that it was just progressive overload, but you were changing the exercises weekly, which was. It didn't mean a damn thing. And so
dude, I remember you would send me like the most like out of pocket text. You'd be like, I have come up with something new. Be like mad scientist powerlifter Josh. Be like, I just watched 15 hours of Dave Tate, and I just had a brain baby.
I did. Half of them didn't work.
Yeah, well.
But like sometime in April, after like running 6 weeks or 9 weeks, whatever it was of conjugate, I decided to try and do like a PR double, and so I matched my last, at that point, my meet PR double 5:35 for 2, and then bench. I wanted to do 3:15 for 2 because at that point it had been 4 months since my first 3:15. I think it'd be fine. I barely got 2:95. That made me mad. But like at the same time, looking back, 2:95 for 2, like that was pretty good. And then
all right.
Deadlift was 5:25. It was ugly as fuck. Doesn't matter. But then I started working with Matt again, and then the end of the volume block with Matt, I did 287. It was in kilos, so I don't know what the fuck it was, but that's what broke out to in pounds. 287 for 5 close grip. And so that put like the estimated max right up there at like 325.
Yeah.
And then we went through a strength block, and we worked into triples. And so I was working with triples anywhere between 280 to 310. So I got really comfortable with 300 pounds pretty quickly. And then, yeah, as soon as like you break that 300 pounds or 315 barrier in your brain, it's done. Fucking done.
Because remember when I was chasing the 315 bench before I like halted powerlifting? Yeah. I think that was all mental because my 295 warm-ups every time would go.
Yeah.
Because I've done 305. Mm-hmm. It was fucking disgustingly terrible. Cade spotted it. It was. I hit the fucking the cups on the way up.
Oh, yeah.
It was just Picasso.
Oof.
Yeah.
I say everyone that spots me is always worried about my bench because the way I set up and bring it out, I'm like that far from the cups when I come down and come up. Luckily, my bar path is like straight.
Yeah. Mine has gotten a lot better because back when I fucking smacked the shit out of the cups on the way up.
Yeah.
That was back when I did the.
I mean, like
it's a lot better now.
Yeah, a little bit of a J movement is like okay, but like I've always found that I feel stronger just straight up and down.
Well, also there's less ROM that way, and you know, I hate ROM.
Exactly. That's why I also moved my grip out. I mean, well, I feel stronger, but anyway, yeah. So then back to the meet. Yeah, for bench, opened at 308. The 308. Matt thought it looked bad. I'm like, fuck you, no it didn't. And so I wanted to do 3.
My response to you whenever you said my shit looked bad when you were programming for me. Fuck you, Josh.
I wanted to do 324, and he's like, let's do 319. I'm like, why the fuck we make an 11-pound jump? I love you, but no. And so we did 319 anyway, and I thought it was fine. And then he was like, should we, like, are you comfortable? What do you want to do? I'm like, 331. He's like, is it going to be there? I'm like, we're going to do 331. Because I had done 335 with pound plates in training. I was like, yeah, and I'd done 331 with like a full 2-second pause.
I think the difference is kilos and pounds on bench, anyways.
Yeah.
It ain't shit.
Not on bench. So yeah, we did 331.
Bench enough to make it feel like a pool noodle, I guess. That ain't us.
Yeah.
That ain't us.
Yeah, so we did 331. I thought it looked. I almost passed out. That was cool.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It didn't even look that hard in the video. I just remember.
That's what you call maximal effort.
Yeah, coming down, and I was so tight when I hit the bottom, my back immediately cramped.
I feel
which
that.
Somehow didn't fucking affect me. I was just pressing through it, and then about here, my vision went whoop, and so I just focused on, and then I was focused on not dying.
And so I'm not dropping on myself.
I didn't even hear the rack command. I just felt them grab the bar, so I'm like, okay. I just tossed it back. Hope there was a rack, and hope that they put it in the cups correctly.
Well,
otherwise, I'd have been
hopefully you set your safeties right too.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. I did.
Do they have Midland guys spotting or what?
No.
That
was the other thing. I don't want
spotters or good spotters.
I don't want to be mean.
Bottom third mids.
Yeah, I don't want to be that mean because like I love Katie and I love USAPL, especially in Nebraska. She's like adding a lot more meets and doing a lot more for the sport here. But
she's organizing this one, right?
Yeah. Yep. She came in.
She's like married to like a sergeant major or some shit.
Is she?
I don't know because my old training NCO, she's on or was on the fucking cover photo of the Facebook page for USAPL. I don't know. She told me that she was in somehow relation to somebody. And I was like, oh, cool.
But anyway, so that happens. So the spotters, my very first bench, I walk out and I try to tell them my liftoff commands, which very simple. I've told you, I've told Graham, I've told Shane, I've told Tyler. I don't know how many people here. It's I'll slide underneath and get comfortable, and then I'll give a 3, 2.
Calling me. The dog. Hey, what's up, sexy mama? Hello.
Cambry is his fiance. This was, a fuck around podcast, but this is kind of funny. Not even answering the phone. Fuck.
Wait. End and accept. Hello? Hello?
Bruh.
Can you hear me? Hi. What's happening?
Cambry, we're recording a podcast.
Yeah, we already started. What is it? What?
Duty calls.
What about it? That's, I mean, yeah, that ain't it, Super Chief, but yeah.
I don't really know what we're doing.
Yeah. Well, we can talk about it a little bit more in a little bit. Alrighty. I love you.
Well, he's on the phone. I'm going to make sure.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. We're still recording. We're good. We'll get another. But anyway, so yeah, the bench spotters. I walk out, and I've told I don't know how many people my bench set up. I'll slide underneath, get comfortable. I'll do 3, 2, then I take a big breath, and then I lock my lats in place. And I don't give a 1, but my 1 is when I lock my lats down, and that's when you lift. I told this to the dude, and he's like, "What?" I'm like, "What do you mean, what?" He's like, I've never heard of that. That's insane. You don't get you don't give a 1. I'm like, no, big dog. I'm not gonna 3, 2. That's just not right.
I go 3, 2, 1.
I just can't do it. And like, in between my first and second, they flip flop spotters. The dude doing the lift off, they changed. So for my second, there's a whole different thing for my second. They also go in like load order, so they changed the order after the first, and
because
so there was
benching less than you.
Yeah, so I was benching less than a dude that went before me the last time.
Yeah.
So I was before him this time. He walks out, gets set up, and we yell like, "Hold up, this is me!" And he gets up. He's like, "What?"
They honestly should just not change the order because that happened at my meet.
Well,
I went and did somebody else's deadlift. Yeah. And then they had him deadlift, then loaded my weight and made me go instead of making me wait till the end of the flight. I still got it. I mean, it was a 20-pound PR.
Ooh. But yeah, so they changed my spotter for between first and second. For the second spotter, I walk out there. The dude that had been before me, they didn't reset my time. We just stopped them. He walked back. I walked out. I had 27 seconds left to explain to this guy what my liftoff pattern was. Lay down, get set up, and go. And I'm like, ah. And so I told the dude, and he still lifted me off wrong, but that's okay because he lifted and held it up here long enough where I got tight underneath it. Oh, it was terrifying. It was not what I wanted.
So he's just like deadlifting.
Yeah, no, quite literally. He went to lift it up when I'm like taking my breaths. My lats aren't even locked in. So my lats are out here. He's lifting. And I'm like, ah. So I lock my lats while he's holding it above me. And then when he lets go is right when my lats get fully locked in. So I'm like, oh my God.
Adrenaline rush. Holy shit.
And so that was fine. And then it didn't. props to Matt. It did not look like as good as I wanted. And then I walked back after deciding 330, and I'm like, you know what I haven't been doing? Using near enough leg drive whatsoever. I was so terrified my ass was going to come up or if I was going to slide off the back that I just hadn't been. So for that third, the reason I passed out, I'm pretty sure, I used more leg drive, so I got even tighter.
Give him the...
Yeah, on like a RP 9.5 weight. So...
Yeah.
But yeah, then after bench, we realized like 6 for 6 with 18 whites at that point. I'm like, while I don't care if I go 9 for 9. That kind of sounds cool.
That would be pretty awesome.
Be pretty sick.
I went 8 for 9. I fucking won an only meet, and I was pissed about it.
I went 8 for 9 on my first 2.
Yeah, they kind of jipped me on the squat. I was like,
yeah. I would say my very first meet, my third squat would have been a PR, but like I fell forward a little bit and had to catch it. The bar dipped down, so they called it. My second meet, I jumped the start command on my bench. On my second bench. That was fun.
On my like third bench, I pressed it, blah blah blah, whatever the fuck, and it was like slowly like falling back. I was like, correct. Because like I was like straining to like keep it because it was like slowly working its way back, and my shoulders were like, oh.
But yeah, then in the deadlifts, I mean that was. It was fine. The only thing I was worried about, we loaded for my third 573, so I've deadlift and squatted the exact same number. Wild. I keep asking Matt, which one do you think is going to take off more than the other? Yeah. He's like, your squat. It's going to be your squat.
It was for a while.
It was. Well, I would always squat more than I pulled in training, but then pull more than I squatted in a meet. Yeah, really weird. Never by much, but then, yeah, this meet matched them both. Yeah, 573 was my third pull. Got it. But during training, I'd started having grip issues. Like, and I sent you to when this callus like fully tore out. Yeah. And so I was fucking terrified I was going to drop this bar. And so Dalton had his liquid chalk. So I liquid chalked the fuck out of my hands, let it dry, and then chalked over the regular chalk.
Sometimes if I can't get my hands dry enough with normal chalk, or like, because we don't have chalk blocks at my gym, if you put a little...
you just have the magnesium like carbonate powder.
No, I just have chalk, just like powdered chalk in my bag because I don't have chalk at the gym. So if I can't get that to do the trick, because you can't cake it on like real good.
Yeah.
You put a little Germex on there, like a light layer of Germex. Let that dry your hands out, then put the chalk on. It works pretty good. When I used to work out at Anytime Fitness, when I still lived in Oakland, I had to do that a handful of times.
Oh, when I used to work out at the Y before coming here, I was at the Y in Fallbrook. All commercial gym bars are dog ass. Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And so
I have Elite FTS bars at my gym, but they still are kind of slippery.
Yeah.
Because they're well used.
Well loved.
Very loved.
That happens. But yeah, no, at the Y, like I didn't want to use straps. Like I wanted to just do everything with grip, but the bars were so shit and I didn't have any chalk. I used to literally grab paper towels. I would grab paper towels, dry my hands really good, and then grab 2 more and drape them over the bar where I would grab. It worked.
No shit.
I still have a video.
That made grip easier, not harder?
Yeah. Because the knurling was like okay enough to grab onto the paper towel, especially with the sweat of my hand.
My hands do get pretty moist.
Yeah. I think I still have a video on my Instagram of like my deadlifting at the Y and having fucking paper towels on the bar.
I'm going to have to get search on like your personal or lifting?
My lifting one.
I didn't know if you had a lifting back then.
It might be on my personal. I don't remember. But the other thing that's always funny is all the commercial gyms have belts for you, but it's always like the bodybuilding like Harbinger or Valeo belts. So I was wearing like a fucking Harbinger belt.
Or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Oh, there's
what's the one that's Chic?
Chic, yeah. Some of their belts are decent though, but yeah, some of them are just bodybuilding belts.
I had a Harbinger belt when I was in high school.
So I was just wearing like a bodybuilding Harbinger belt, and then when I was looking to change gyms and actually get another belt, I was gonna buy another Harbinger belt, and then I'm like, I don't know if I want that. And then I was like looking at powerlifting belts, and like it's like Iron Fitness or something like the cheapest like powerlifting belt you can find on Amazon, like the red and black one that everybody has when they first start. Yeah, that's when I got signed by Jay Cutler when he was in Yeah.
Oh, that fucking
Yeah.
Like the Iron Fitness,
Yeah.
like the Spartan helmet. That's like this thick.
Yeah. That's the other. It's like 4 millimeters thick, but it worked for a while until I finally bought myself an Inzer.
It's literally like as thick as a fucking can of Coke.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I remember I put it on one day.
It's on the wall.
Yeah. Yep. When we set up that whole like wall
Stuart's got the same fucking one.
Yeah. Before I bought my Inzer.
Yeah, I had a Harbinger, and then when I went to Basic and AIT, my buddy did powerlifting, and he had a lever belt. It was just like one of those strength shop ones.
Oh yeah.
So like solid starter brand for a lever belt. And I tried it, and I was like, oh, this is glorious.
Yeah.
So then I bought a Cerberus because they were relatively inexpensive. Yeah. $90 for a lever belt. Treated me well till the lever broke, and then I just went full send and got the fucking PAL lever and a Inzer.
Yeah. I remember, so I was listening to a podcast about powerlifting long before I was really into lifting. So before I bought my Inzer, I actually looked at Pioneer belts first. Oh, I almost bought one. I just didn't want to spend the money on one. And then Inzers were like, at the time before inflation and everything, it was about like $90.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I think I spent like $160 after shipping and stuff. So I have like.
Well, you also custom.
I almost had mine's not custom. It's one of their.
Oh, it's just factory.
The red, white, and blue is one of their factory options.
Did not know that.
So that's because you would always be like, "Well, you ordered that," and I was like, "It's literally one of their standard options." But
yeah, I'm pretty sure with shipping and taxes, mine was like $110. Damn, that's wild.
And then I bought the PAL lever, so I was like, I could have bought an SPD at this point, but they're never in stock.
I know. I remember when I bought my SPD, I was literally checking the SPD website every day. When I went to lunch, I would literally just check the website, and I told myself, like, with shipping and taxes, this $260 is $260, and I'm putting away intentionally to buy this fucking belt.
Fair. The only thing that I have enough, like, that I put enough effort to check online for, like you were doing for SPD belts, is All American Roughneck drops.
That's fair. Oh man!
Oh goodness gracious!
There was something else today.
Super Chief.
I don't remember. Yeah. Finish the meat conversation. Yeah, 9 for 927 lights, PRs all across the board. Great. I wanted 665 kilo, which would have been like 1466. I think I got 670. So like Matt put together a like perfectly executed meet. Shows perfect attempts for all the way across. I'm still impressed that I won't lie.
Josh also performed perfectly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't like taking. Yeah, I can't. Anyway, Matt put together all the attempts to like make it make sense. Yeah. I'm just glad that my third squat that like I didn't miss on that one. I would have been so pissed.
I'm glad they didn't call you for talon grip on your first squat.
Yeah, imagine missing your first squat because you talon grip, and then you're like, "Well, do I go up?"
Well, or you obviously go up in that scenario.
But yeah, so I was really glad that I didn't miss that third, but I knew because it happened the same way when I did 573 during peak week. I got out of the hole no problem, and then I had to grind through the rest. And I've all but learned like if I can get out of the hole, I can grind a squat no problem because eventually when you get out, your quads take over. So at that point, it's just fucking pushing until you die.
I don't remember the last time I failed a squat, like in training. Maybe it's because I'm a pussy and don't train hard enough.
No, I think
actually I do. It was on the Kabuki bar. I had it set to low bar and my quad popped, so I set it down.
I said the last time I failed a squat was it was an attempted triple at 518.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
because I'm the one that grabbed it.
Yeah,
me and Graham both.
What? No.
Yeah, me and Graham, we spotted that.
Oh, that was a 5. What was that?
It was a 5 something, or was that a 5 something for 5?
No, that was when I was programming for myself. It was it was 505 for 4. I missed the 4th. That's right. That is the most recent one. Before that, it was a 518 triple that I attempted that I didn't have any side spotters, and I got stuck in the hole, and Matt was the only one behind me. And so
if I was Matt, I would walk away and say, dump it.
Well, he helped me dump it safely because, at some point, like, you're sitting in the hole with the bar on your back, it just starts to compress. Matt he like put his hand on my back and grabbed the bar and pushed and then just snaked his hand out, and I just kind of fell down. Because the other funny thing, I have a video of that too that people can find.
Your ass, right?
Well, yeah, because when it came off my back, it clipped my belt. So when it clipped my belt, it like shot my legs out in front of me. So I went from just hard squat to. But yeah, I felt pretty good about the fact that I've been able to choose numbers that I haven't failed, especially a squat where that weight's on your fucking back.
I've failed projected RPEs in my program, but I've never failed set.
Yeah.
Or not never, but it's been a while.
I guess I wouldn't call it a failure because I didn't need anyone to catch mine. I was doing with math programming before we started.
I don't need anybody to catch it when I set it on the spot on the fucking safety rack. But that's
still a failure. Use your safeties.
Yeah, no shit. One time I had somebody that used to come to this gym ask me for a spot, and he had like barely any weight on the bar, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm doing like tempo for 14 reps for time under tension," and then I told him, just don't fucking fail it. And he said, "Well, can you spot me because I do?" I was like, "Put your safeties on. If you're doing tempo, you shouldn't have to drop it." Yeah. And he's like, "But that looks like a pussy." I was like, "You know what'll really make you look like a pussy? If you fall on your ass squatting." That was funny as shit. Yeah. Because he also asked Graham, and Graham was like, "No." I think he had to leave or something, but...
Yeah. I'll say, we are nice here, but sometimes we are busy.
Don't ask me to do dumb shit. I don't go here anymore, so don't ask me to do anything, to be honest with you.
That's fair.
But if I'm ever back, don't ask me to do dumb shit.
Check Raj.
Check Raj.
I guess the only other, closest to fail I've come, I didn't even fail a rep. I was supposed to do 5 on a high bar set. I only did 4.
Now that I think about it,
yeah.
I had to do a top set of 3 on deadlift. And I sat at the bottom of the deadlift, really contemplating whether or not I was going to pull a third time and just shit myself. But I decided to not shit myself.
Yeah, that's...
Because I had a little poop. I think there was something betwixt the cheeks, so I definitely went and wiped after it. But I was like, do I either just fully shit myself or do I stop?
Yeah.
I stopped.
Yeah. I think we've all had those moments too. Shit aside, when you're trying to do 3 or something, and you do 2, and then you're just down there, especially with the deadlift, you're just holding it
You literally
stand I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
You just stand there. And I think I even did a couple
power homes getting
and
ready.
I was like,
oh lordy.
Quick side note. Remember how I said I deadlifted somebody else's deadlift?
Yeah.
That guy goes to my gym in Kearney. He's like, "Wait, did you compete at this meet?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Did you pull somebody else's deadlift?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "That was mine." I was like, "No shit."
Small world.
Small world. I was like, "Nice."
I guess as far as training goes, I'm learning hook grip.
Ow.
That hurts.
I don't like hook grip. Shit feels weird.
I know.
I have short sausage fingers.
Yeah.
I have long thumbs though.
I say mine aren't great, but I can get it just enough because when my grip started having issues during peak week, peak block,
yeah.
I asked Matt, what did you do when your grip started failing? He's like, I switched to hook. I'm like, fuck.
I was hoping for anything but that.
And it's always I know for a fact it'll be better because whenever I pull sumo with straps, having both arms forward.
The lockout on sumo with pronated wrists.
Yeah.
Way fucking easier.
I said whenever I pull with straps, he's like, my setup's weird. I'll allow my shoulders to roll forward, and then when I roll them back in, I lock my lats.
You're a goofy fuck, period.
I know. So when I lock my lats in,
fucking rolling your shoulders forward. What do you do on squat that's weird other than talon grip?
That's probably about it, yeah. That's but yeah, so I let my shoulders roll forward and lock my lats in. So having them both this way is easy. When you're this way, that's fucking hard.
Yeah, it just feels a little
odd. Yeah, when I pull with straps, I've always felt like my wedge is better and I can always pull better. Yeah. So I knew if I switched to hook, it would be better.
Yeah.
I just really didn't want to fucking do it.
Yeah. I pretty much have to use straps on the top sets now, just because of bad knurling and no chalk. I need to get like just a block of fucking chalk, I guess.
And just buy your own bar.
And just put it, dude. I asked the guy that owns the gym. I was like, if I bought my own bar, can I put it behind the desk? And he said, well, you can put it in the bar rack with the rest of the bars and hope nobody uses it. And I was like, well, that ain't
happening. Just do what Mason used to do. He used to keep his bar in his truck and just drive it back and forth.
Yeah.
It'd probably fit in the Explorer.
Oh, it totally would. Explorer.
You never heard that? Someone told me that when I was like in middle school. I thought it was the funniest shit ever.
I've only ever heard Exploder.
No, I've always thought of it as Explorer.
That's funny as fuck. I like that. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that sucks.
Yeah. Have you bought any new bourbons yet, Josh?
I have.
Like what?
Well, okay. Kelsey bought me 2 as a
Basil
birthday
Hayden's.
present. Well, that was one of the birthday present ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if I got a bottle of Blanton's.
Yeah.
But that was a gift. That was an early wedding present, and like it's one of those things. Like it was from my fiance's best friend's dad, and when he gave it to me, like he said, "You know what's special about this bottle?" I said, "What?" He said, "It was bottled on me and my wife's anniversary." I'm like, "Son of a bitch!" So at this point now, I can't just open it for funsies. And so I told myself I would only open it on my wedding night and on anniversaries after that.
Thank God I'm in the wedding party. Thank God.
So if
without me, I would be sad.
If I come across another bottle of Blanton's and like I have the money, they're like $250 bottle. I might just splurge just so I can have it. But like that specific bottle,
MSRPs are like $150, but
yeah. Well, they price gouge it because it's Blanton's. Same thing.
Allocated.
Yeah, same thing. If I find a bottle of Colonel E.H. Taylor, I'm buying that too. It's delicious. Anyway, yeah, so got the bottle of Blanton, so I can't open that as much as I want to. For my birthday present, Kelsey told me she would either get me like nice bunch of Legos or two bottles of bourbon. I had to fucking decide. That was hard.
How about a bottle of bourbon and 1 box of Legos?
That would have been a better idea, but I went with 2 bottles of bourbon because we had the Booze R Us store just down the street.
You guys do?
Yeah. So we went, and like I've been trying to decide if I wanted just one good bottle because she didn't want to spend a ridiculous amount of money. I don't blame her by any means. And so I was trying to decide between like 1 decent bottle, or like 2 like mid solid ones,
like upper mid.
Yeah, so I went with 2 of the mids.
Top third mid. Third.
I've had Basil Hayden's before, and now I was at this point a little inebriated, so it probably tasted better than it actually might have been at that point. But I bought Basil Hayden's. That one is better. That one's better neat than it is on the rocks. I don't know. It's weird, but I had it neat. No, I had it on the rocks first. I'm like, this. I don't know why. It just was not as good as I remembered. And then when I took the bottle back out to pour myself another glass, I smelled it, and I'm like, this smells better without ice, like with absolutely nothing. So I just poured it neat, and it tasted better. You got a lot more of the flavor notes that it said you did.
You can always try just giving it a drop of water or 2.
I know. But the other one I got, so Bussin' with the Boys is a Barstool affiliate.
Yeah, I have that T-shirt. Remember?
Yeah, they're sponsored by Whistle Pig.
No shit.
And I wanted to buy a bottle of Whistle Pig, but like they specialize in rye whiskey. I've been doing a bunch of bourbons. I don't
think I've ever purchased a rye.
I've never bought. I bought a Woodford Reserve rye to make Manhattans with, because I prefer rye whiskey Manhattans.
That shit's like maple syrup.
I almost bought the.
I can eat that shit with my Eggo waffles, brother.
I almost bought the double oak when we were there, but I went with the Basil Hayden's.
At Sam's Club.
I know. Went with the Basil Hayden's and the Whistle Pig. Now, Whistle Pig, like I said, they specialize in rye. Like most of their whiskeys are rye whiskeys. They have like their top rate is like a 12-year. It's called Farmhouse Rye. They also have like a 12-year regular and like a 15-year rye for like $180. And so I'm like,
shit.
Yeah, I thought,
I don't know if I like rye enough for that one.
And like I've had Templeton rye on rocks, and rye's a little bit different. It's not bad. I just didn't know if I wanted to buy it.
The flavor.
Yeah, and so I went with. They have like just a
not quite as sweet because a lot of times normal bourbons you'll get because the minimum requirement is 51% corn.
Rye is more corn. No, rye is more.
Rye is more rye. Rye. It's 51% corn, and then most of the other percentage consists of rye. I forget what the actual percentage is, but it still has to be 51% corn.
That hurt.
So, yeah, dude. A normal bourbons are usually more than 51% corn.
Yeah.
Because that's like the minimum. So that's why there's a lot of sweeter plus the toastiness.
Yeah, we're there now. But yeah, so Whistle Pig had a 6-year bourbon. I tried that. It's just only okay. Which is it's unfortunate, but like I got to thinking about it because my buddy Connor, he's doing Wild and Fire, but he's living with me in the off season when he's back. He told me for his birthday, someone bought him a glass of Johnny Walker Blue.
That's a Scotch, isn't it?
Yeah, it's also like a $240 Scotch.
Probably pretty peaty.
Like MSRP.
It's probably pretty peaty, huh? Or no?
I don't know, because I've had Black Label.
I've never had Johnny Walker, so I couldn't tell you.
I've had Johnny Walker Black, and it's good. It's smoky. It's a really smoky front, but it's good.
Not super medicinal?
Mm-mm.
Oh, so it must be a little bit lower in peat then.
Yeah.
Shit comes out of the river, in case y'all didn't know. The bottom of the fucking river. Water goes through there. So that's why a lot of like European whiskeys have a little bit more of a peaty flavor because they'll use the water that's been filtered through the peat to bottle the whiskeys, but it's not bourbon because it has to be made in America.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway,
people get to this part and be like, what the fuck?
You know what? Fuck it. But yeah, so I've had Black Label. It's just it's smokier, but it's got a sweet back end. And then he had someone buy him, like I said, a glass of Blue. And so he said, I'm bringing a bottle of Blue back for us to share. So I'm like, fuck, now I got to buy a decent bottle for him to come back to. And so I was going to buy Whistle Pig, but after the bourbon didn't taste great, I was concerned. But then I realized they make more rye. So I might just buy the 12-year Farmhouse rye and hope for the best.
How much is that?
That one was like $130, $140.
Oh.
I would say
I spend that much. Try and track down like an Eagle Rare or some shit.
That's and that's the only tough thing is I've been meaning last couple days to like message Norms on 48. They usually have a decent selection, and a couple of the like smaller liquor stores will get allocations randomly, and so like
get on their mailing list.
Yeah,
one of my buddies is on the mailing list for the whatever he's nearby, and they got Blanton's, and so he had one of his. It was while we were at AT, so he's like, "Fuck." But he had one of his buddies go get it.
Yeah. So like, Connor really likes Bussin' with Boys. Like, that's one of his favorite podcasts. So I told him I would get. It's funny.
I don't doubt it.
Barstool affiliate. But he really liked Bussin' with Boys. So I told him I was just gonna get like one of Whistle Pig's top end stuff for him, and it's still gonna be less than what he's spending on a fucking Blue Label. But I mean,
is that too pricey? I'll take it.
Blue Label's like $240 MSRP.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Yeah. So I mean, if I'm gonna spend that kind of money, if I can find an allocation for Eagle Rare, probably do that. Or Colonel E.H. Taylor, because I've had a glass of that. Also, that's pretty fucking good. They're just hard to find.
Eagle Rare gets a for me.
You've had it, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because one of your uncles or one of your dad's friends came over with a bottle.
No, my dad had a bottle.
Oh, your dad had a bottle. Okay.
His sister, she's like a salesman for like pharmaceutical company, and one of the doctors she works with bought a barrel. Bought his own barrel. So.
Oh.
And like they bottled it for him and stuff, but so yeah, she gave that to my dad for Christmas or some shit.
If a bottle of Eagle Rare is like $200, how much is a barrel?
A fuck ton of dollars.
Because how many bottles do you think are in a barrel? I suppose that depends on how many milliliters are in a barrel.
I don't fucking know.
You should look up how many milliliters in a whiskey barrel. Because if a normal bottle is $750.
How many bottles We don't have to do math. We'll just Google the whole
Yeah,
question.
bottles. That's probably smarter. I'm trying to make it hard on myself.
I mean, do math. Man, I dropped out of college.
I graduated with a degree I don't even use. What do you want from me?
Fucking right. Hey, you cut down. How many bottles in a barrel of whiskey? 2023 updated. Blah, blah, blah.
Give you a number?
Bottle sizes. $7.50. That's what Josh wants. He buys the big bitches.
Those are the regular bitches.
I have no idea. 285 bottles. And barrel strength and cask strength. There we go.
If it what the fuck?
What?
That's a lot of money spent on a barrel. 285 bottles at call it like even $200 on the price gouged.
285 times 150. $42,000. $42,700.
Someone spent
$4.
You know what? They're a doctor with disposable income by all fucking means that love Eagle Rare, but like $42,000 on a whiskey barrel.
That's pretty fucking cool though.
That's pretty sick. It's pretty sick.
Gonna say I'm a pimp. I bought a barrel.
Holy shit.
It lay me.
Holy shit.
And then fucking Double Eagle Super Rare or whatever.
Yeah, that one. Well, we looked that up one time. Was like $1,000. Or what? Which one was it we looked up that was like $20,000? Or was it that one?
I think it was like $2,000.
I don't remember anymore.
Double Eagle, very rare.
We went down a bourbon rabbit hole here.
What can I say? Connoisseurs.
Yeah.
Double Eagle, very rare.
What?
For $20,000.
I told you. That's what I thought. Huh? Jesus.
Hey, this one's going for $13,900.
But
fucking fuck that shit.
That's fucking 40% off right there.
I don't have that much money in my bank account.
I don't either. So speaking of money, so paying for a wedding is expensive.
No shit.
Yeah. How are you doing on wedding planning?
We've got some stuff figured out.
You figured out a venue?
Yeah.
And the date, because you said it was 27 days after mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny. The 28th of September.
Yeah. Where at? In Kearney?
Kearney.
Yeah.
Because it's equidistant
Yeah.
from Kearney and Oakland.
Are you getting married in a church or at the venue?
We're going to get married in the church. Yeah.
What, where's your venue at? Because Kelsey's roommate got married.
Bricks. It's called, what the fuck is it? It's called The Village. That's what it's called.
Okay, never mind.
It's down on the Bricks.
I said, because Kelsey's roommate
like
just got married
2
in
blocks
Kearney,
from the
but...
church we're getting married at.
That's fair.
But,
yeah.
Yeah.
Kelsey's
We're still
roommate
going
rented
to get a party bus.
Well, as you do, because that's what you do for the cocktail hour. Kelsey and I opted not to go for the party bus because we don't have monies.
Are her parents not paying for very much or what?
Oh no, they're paying for plenty of it, but the way our budget is set up, we don't. If
also you're in a pretty expensive area to be doing a wedding.
I know, and if
I'm assuming you're doing it in either Omaha or Lincoln.
We're doing. Where the fuck is our venue? Oh, it's in Fremont.
Oh.
So I mean,
are you guys getting married at the venue?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can just like. No.
I have some bad news.
30 minutes away.
Yeah, I do have some bad news for you. Well, actually, for all the wedding party, Kelsey is like requiring like a 2-drink max for all groomsmen. I'm going to enforce it too because her cousin got married like a year ago. One of his groomsmen got so drunk he had to have a stand-in. One of the ushers had to stand in as a groomsman because the dude got way too drunk.
What about after all the festivities?
Oh, after we're married, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh! I thought you meant the whole time, and I about shit myself.
No, fuck no.
I thought, oh.
No, but the wedding day before the ceremony, 2-drink max.
Oh, okay.
She told me like
I thought you meant like at the reception.
Fuck no.
And I about shit my pants.
Fuck no.
I was like, way to fucking pull the fuck out of that.
So if we want as a party to like take a fireball shooter, you know, sometime in the day when we're getting ready, you know, as a
that counts as half a drink.
That counts as one.
No. That's cap as fuck.
Are
we getting delivered by Lego car?
I forgot about that momentarily.
Inserts Josh's Snapchat memory.
Oh man, that was funny. Yeah, the last time Connor was out, we decided
Chat, clip it.
we were already half drunk. One of us was sober enough.
Ooh, stinky.
One of us was sober enough to drive to Walmart. We each bought a little bit of Legos, and then Connor bought a party pack of
like
Fireball
shooter. Was it like the 10?
50s. Or the 20, whatever it was. It was in the bucket.
Oh, in the bucket.
In the bucket.
I thought you meant like the one that's like the 2 rows of.
No. He bought the bucket. I think it's like 20 or 25.
We took those, one of the thing at 10. You know that Natty Light fanny pack that I have?
Yeah, I remember.
We took Fireball shooters and then we went skiing in Breckenridge.
Nice.
Shit was fucking awesome.
Well, when you ski, that's what you do. Same thing when you golf.
You gotta warm up.
Exactly.
Somehow on the top of the mountain.
Jesus.
Golfing, you just day drink excessively.
Yeah.
If you do that on a mountain, you'll die.
I did. That's fair. I did find out it's International Beer Day today.
I'm missing out.
You gotta go to drill.
Yeah, I gotta go to drill tomorrow.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
I bet they'll be partying at Aunt Dawn's tonight. I could go probably celebrate National Beer Day at Aunt Dawn's.
Probably.
It's usually during drill. It's like at least 2 nights of partying down there. I don't usually go, but I have partaken a couple times.
Yeah, of course.
It's with the boys. We just go play cornhole and fuck off.
Yeah. What? Where were we going before?
Man, I don't fucking know.
Shit. Oh, we were talking about the Legos. But yeah, so the Legos we bought that when Connor was out, yeah, one of them I built like a car, and it had the little engine where you could pull it back and it would go. Ooh. And so I was holding the shooter in my hand already, and I put another one on top of the car and pulled it back. Just yeeted it over to where Connor was sitting, and I said, "Fireball delivery, baby."
And I got a Snapchat video.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. When me and Connor get back together, it's always.
I believe my response was, "Why was I not invited?"
Well, you were still living at that point.
Oop. Probably because it was in the middle of the week.
Oh right.
And that's probably why I was working at Seasons.
Oh yeah, you couldn't afford to just get piss hammered on a Wednesday.
Yeah, I think it was like a Tuesday.
Oopsies.
Oops. Oh. Fucking gym manager life right there.
Yeah. I mean, I never show up to work drunk or hungover.
Yeah, but you also don't have to come in till
10.
10?
Oh yeah. Now that I live in Omaha too, I used to show up at 9.
So you just leave at 9.
Yeah, I used to show up at 9 when I lived in Lincoln, but now that I live in Omaha, I take full advantage of not having to be here till 10 because I am not.
I'm surprised you showed up at fucking 9 when you lived here.
Yeah, it was easy. I was just bored sitting at home half the time.
Interesting fact: Josh and I live like 2 blocks away.
Didn't even realize it either until you were like 6 months from leaving.
Until we both left at the same time, and I like followed you home basically.
Yep.
And I was like, no shit.
Yep.
Because you turned on Fair Street, and I was like, I have to go down to Holdridge, which is literally 1 city block down.
Yeah. So I always, because the apartments across from East Campus, I always saw them, but I always just figured they were not as nice as they were.
Oh, dude, the hallways in there. You walk through those halls, and you're like, this has to be so shitty. And then you walk into the room, and you're like, this isn't bad. First impressions, you're like, hey, this is pretty nice. And then you live there, and you're like, oh, wow, they cut a lot of corners.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you got a washer and dryer in unit, though, and that's always nice. I lived 3 years without one, and so...
I bet you spent so much money on laundry.
Oh, yeah. When I was looking for a new apartment when we were moving to Omaha, I'm like, there has to be a washer and dryer in unit. I'm not doing anything else ever again. I'm not buying laundry.
Did your one here not have laundry?
No, I didn't. It had laundry like in the building that I had to pay for.
My building literally had like the hall was like this wide. And it was literally right across the hall. I was like, put it next to somebody who needs it. I was like, why do I need this?
Yeah.
And then towards the end of living in that building, it always smelled like weed in there, dude. It was so bad.
I'll say the closer Nebraska gets to legalizing it, the more it's going to start fucking happening. We don't need to get into that,
pretty sure, like 75% of the population does it.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah,
I never realized how common that kind of stuff was
I didn't either.
until like the last couple of years. I was like,
I won't
shit.
lie to you. I never even realized what it smelled like until college, my freshman or sophomore year. We were walking through downtown Chicago after like an event, trying to go to a Giordano's.
And he's like, where the fuck's the dead skunk at?
Yeah, actually, we were walking by, and I'm like, "What's that smell?" And someone next to me said, "Oh, that's weed." I'm like, "What?" And everything clicked at that point.
Yeah, when I was a junior in high school, I went to a metal concert.
mm,
That's when I learned.
yeah. I got really inundated when the first place that I lived in, it was a house around North 27th. Both my roommates were avid smokers.
North 27th. That's just what you're asking for. Big shoes.
Well, mine was north enough. Like I was half a mile south of the interstate. I was up by the car dealerships up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's at least a decent neighborhood, but
you're still on North 27th.
I know. But yeah, no, I got really inundated.
On every corner up there.
Yeah. When my roommates were all the time
blazed.
Period. Well, I would like literally get home, unlock the door.
You need to start putting up polls on Instagram, like have people submit questions.
Okay. On the gym?
Just on the One Up Gym page.
Okay.
Like, ask questions. Don't even specify what kind of questions.
Okay.
Maybe some dumb shit.
Okay.
It'd probably be fucking hilarious.
Probably. I kind of like that.
You're welcome.
That's a good idea.
You're welcome.
Story engagement is pretty important. Yeah. So we just started doing like an organic ad campaign. We're just posting a bunch of shit.
Yeah. I've noticed that you guys have been posting more.
Yeah. There was someone.
Like reels.
Yeah. Someone that came in just asked me to do like 5 to 10 videos, and then got like another 5 to 10 of like the group classes and everything, and like other like customer testimonials and shit. Yeah, like the first one was I did that bench warm up that I posted the other day with the band.
With the band. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the boot camp gal.
Yeah.
They've been popping up.
I did another couple with like squat and deadlift that hasn't posted yet, but we're have enough content for like a week or two, and then we'll do another set of videos so we can have more for the next week or two.
Good deal.
We're gonna run it for a month, see if we get anywhere.
Fuck it,
hopefully. I mean, any revenue is revenue if people get in the door.
Do some fucking the Google AdWords where it's like per click. If people type Jim and Lincoln, then you're the first one that comes up.
That's what we did with the Google review campaign a couple months ago. If you remember, like you got a text like leave a Google will be put in the running for
it's funny because Cameron gets those too.
That's funny. But yeah, we did that, and so like having your Google ad like or your Google reviews like the highest rated in Lincoln will put you at the top anyway, instead of like paying ridiculous amounts monthly just to be at the top. So I mean,
first,
huh?
Jim, Lincoln. Oh shit! One Up does.
I told you. It's also location based, so I mean you're sitting here.
Pretty true.
But at the same time, yeah, we went from like 39 reviews to like 113, and from like 4.5 stars to 4.9 something.
Yeah, I don't know that I have. Yeah, but One Up Jump.
Nice.
I'll try it when I'm on the south side of town.
Yeah. So you might. It'll probably be at least like second or third at that point because I'm sure, like I said, location based, and I think Good Life also pays for
probably
click like spend per click or whatever.
Because they do the sponsored one where it's like the very first thing that shows up, and then you have to pay per amount of people that click it.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm going to websites, and I like the website, I scroll down to their actual link, not the ad.
Yeah.
And then so that way they don't have to pay.
It's always like cents on the cent even, but like per click with as many people as like search gyms. Because like our current campaign that we're doing, we're doing a text campaign along with like the organic posts and ads and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's like 0.0027 cents per text sent and received. And I'm pretty sure it's probably similar for Google Ads. I remember we did a price per click on a Facebook ad one time.
Yeah.
It was to say it's super cheap, but.
Yeah, because I know we do that for Pinball Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Can't have Flipper Fidelity coming up above us. Fucking.
So How's it feel getting shafted going from your 2-week training to drill?
Dude, fantastic. Gotta go home for a weekend, then right back on.
Yeah. There was someone, he had to cancel because he got deployed. He was going to Kuwait.
So he's going on vacation?
Yeah.
Good deal.
But it was really funny. So he was leaving in December, and he's like, yeah, my deployment starts end of January. I'm like, it's December. He's like, yeah, we have our 2-week training, and then we have our like pre-deployment training. And then when I get back after the 9-10 months in like November, we have our 2-week training again. I'm like, that is ass.
You could definitely submit an excusal for that. Yeah, I would definitely submit an excusal for that.
Yeah. There have been a few people that had to leave for deployments and stuff, and I miss them. But.
Oh, wait, you said that was in January. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was going to say, who's leaving right now?
Mm-hmm.
I know in 25 the Mebs going to fucking Djibouti. To Africa.
I'm running out of shit to say. Yeah. There's something about a camera that you just lose all sense of stupidity when you're talking.
I know, I just get a little bit less.
Yeah.
I can't utilize that phrase.
I can't either.
That is what it is.
Because we were texting about something to talk about being stupid. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was just generic stupid.
I think it was just general stupid.
Generic stupid?
The last thing you sent me was the little bite lip emoji, to be honest.
Oh, this was the last thing me and Matt talked about.
What is it?
The Powerlifting is a Sport podcast we did.
Powerlifting's not a sport. I'm kidding. It's totally a sport.
Well, that was the last one we did. Otherwise, I don't know. There's a lot of other notes in here that I have from...
Fucking throwing out. Because we didn't say shit on text messages. I have on Snapchat, but I can't look at those.
Yeah, it's gone now. See, this is the other thing, too, about like when people cancel. About how to stop them from canceling when they just move across town. That's always hard to do.
You just give them gas reimbursement. The national average, I think, is like, or I think the national requirement is like 75 cents a gallon.
65 cents a mile.
That's what I meant. Not a gallon.
Yeah.
And there's cummies on top of this fridge, dog.
I know. We've spilled a couple things, okay? This was the fridge from Broad's office that we thought would look cool.
This is the fridge Josh and I use for our OnlyFans.
Yeah, I mean, it's
we can film a lot of content right here.
Green. Make a lot more money that way.
It's actually cold. Is that on? Oh, yeah. Is it nice and cold in there?
I don't think so. I think the cooling elements are fucked.
Oh fuck, that's like hot.
I think the cooling elements are fucked.
Actually. There's gotta be something in that's good that you didn't get to.
Shit, but I don't know. I'm talking about off season. How off season's not? That's just powerlifting again. Just eat like I don't know.
Just eat like a motherfucker. Powerlifting's all just pure off season. You just eat McDonald's every day, and then you're good. Pull the Anthony diet.
I fucking wish. If I had the skinny kid metabolism, we game over.
I'd still be fat.
Oh, I could talk a little bit. So I compete 220.
Yeah.
So, I compete on a Saturday.
I just don't.
That's fair. So anyway, I compete at 220. The weight class, it's 100 kilo, 220 pounds.
I competed at 90 kilo at like 192.
You.
Like, 6 pounds under.
So I competed on Saturday. The Monday, 5 days before, I woke up Monday morning, 235.2.
This motherfucker.
And so that week, I told myself, shit, we have to just not eat, basically.
Eating's for pussies anyways.
I dropped my calories to 1,600 a day, making sure to get minimum required nutrients. So
I went on the bikini girl diet.
Yeah, so I made sure to get 170 grams of protein. Literally every meal was chicken breast or fish. 170 grams of protein, that's my minimum, that's my lean mass. I think it's a little under my lean mass, actually.
Dear Lord.
And then my fats were only at like 40 to 50, and carbs were in the rest, probably at like the 170.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I finished my day the other day with all 2,400 calories or whatever the fuck it is on the cut. And unsuccessful cut. Still fat.
It happens.
It is what it is. But I only had like 38 grams of fat. I was like,
Impressive.
Because all I ate was like fucking rice, chicken, and I think I made fucking like Greg Doucette French toast, where it's just like a cup and a half of egg whites and like 4 pieces of bread.
Yeah.
So like no fat in that either. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm pretty sure I have a rice intolerance. Every time I eat white rice, my stomach always gets angry. Yeah. I'm already lactose stupid. I don't really want to be rice stupid too. I can't use the word that we usually do. I mean, I probably could, but I don't want people...
special needs.
Ah.
Criminally challenged.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're making it worse.
Dude, it's getting hot in here. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I know. That fan is the best I got, but I
How
always
long
eat
have we been
forward.
recording for?
I can get up and check. My phone's already at 20%. We're over an hour. We can wrap this up right quick with the.
I know what to wrap it up with. Josh, put your hands out.
Oh, I thought you were gonna duct tape me to the chair itself.
Oh shit, we can do that too.
I don't know what we're doing or why we're doing it on the
Feel
podcast. Oh, that's garbage.
Like I said in the beginning, Josh, this is our OnlyFans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, while he's you dumbass. While he's taping me to a chair. Yeah. So my meat prep. This is gonna get loud with you doing this. Don't go crazy here, but I don't want to be attached forever. No.
Hang on. Hey.
Yeah. So I did.
You don't get to decide how kinky we get.
Okay. Well.
Roger.
I did 1,600 calories, and then Matt wanted me to do a gut cut as well, and so that literally means
Didn't
like
Gerd do that too?
Probably, but then literally you're eating your calories in protein shakes with carb powder, almonds, and like sorbet.
Just like really like shit that doesn't take up much room in your tummy.
Exactly, and you just shit it all out, and you end up with nothing in your tummy. Okay, I'm done. Cut that one off. You end up with nothing in your tummy, so you can we're not doing legs. You end up like losing 4 or 5 pounds just from no shit in your stomach because it takes up a bunch. So I did that along with a water cut.
That is a really shitty duct tape.
So yeah, along with the.
So you're gonna have to pay $10 a month for what happens next.
So yeah, along with everything.
So
100%. I still wake up Saturday morning 2:23. I'm like, excuse me. So luckily, I wake up 5:45 that morning, so I got to drive to Lincoln for weigh-in starting at 8. Because I did my equipment check-ins the Friday before intelligently.
So I shitted and pissed.
And so I nerves and adrenaline, I never can shit, so that never helps. And so I had bought a 3-day pass to Genesis to use their sauna the night before, but their dry sauna was broke, and the wet sauna was giving me a massive fucking headache. And so I couldn't do shit the night before. I got down to 224 when I went to bed, thinking, okay, with the water cut, with everything, I'll shit in the morning, I'll be done. I'll be like 221, maybe do like on the drive to Lincoln, wear a hoodie and joggers, crank the heat, and be totally fine. I wake up 223, I'm like, fuck
me.
So I go back to Genesis that morning, sit in the sauna again for the 15 minutes, get out, I put on my hoodie, my joggers, my everything, and hour drive to Lincoln, I have the heat cranked, my like heated seat on. Yeah, heated seat on, heat cranked.
He passed out and died on the way to...
Nah, and so I had hoodie, joggers, everything. So when I got there during weigh-ins, I stepped on they were using kilos at this point, it was probably like 221 and a half. And so when I got there, I also, at that point, did 55 minutes of cardio wearing a hoodie while spitting. I made weight.
Fucking wrestler.
But I after that I realized, and somehow I didn't affect too much of the performance. I still got PRs across the board, everything I wanted. Don't ask how the fuck I did it.
That's shocking.
But yeah, no, I determined next time I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna compete again in January, and I'm gonna actually do my best to like get down to 215 because I don't ever want to lose 15 pounds in a week. Because then the week after, your hormones crash because your cortisol is high as shit. Your adrenaline's fucked. And so the week after, my hormones crashed.
CNS fatigue from a meet.
Yeah, CNS fatigue, hormones crashed, everything. I was super depressed, exhausted. I felt like garbage. I got a cold. I'm still getting over it.
I had a little bit of a head cold from Wyoming, being trapped up with a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, and so after all that, like that was just so bad, and I told myself I would never do it again. So
I don't blame you.
yeah,
I think you should just get fucking peeled.
that I tell myself that all the time, but I don't know if I'm physically capable.
You're totally physically capable.
Probably.
Just blast ungodly amount of T3 and you'll be fine.
You remember that picture?
Shut down your thyroid.
Yeah.
Woo!
But
yeah, buddy.
yeah. So I'm a try and get it down again because that was terrible. I don't ever want to do that again. That was really easy.
Yeah. I figured it probably.
It
was kind of hot.
This podcast wasn't as stupid as I anticipated it was.
We need to prepare next time.
We do. I thought for sure the two of us just in a room together would be enough to be fucking ridiculous.
Well, we were pretty still retarded.
Yeah.
But
also at the same time, when you get sat in front of a camera, you lose all sense of. Yeah, exactly. Because like when we're just talking like at the front desk,
you get stupid.
No holds barred, shit's fucked up.
Well, yeah, but I can also say other words.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't say on here.
See, that's fair. I maintain a little bit of integrity. I can say shit, fuck, damn ass, whatever I want, but like that feels excessive to go that all the other ones.
I don't even know what kind of words you're talking about. What are you implying, Josh?
I don't know what I'm implying. Also, we didn't even introduce ourselves. We probably don't have to
I did too. Introduce us.
Induce us.
We're pregnant. I said, I'm Maka Flocka Flame. No. This is Josh. Welcome to our OnlyFans. That's what I said.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get agave.
We are going to get that.
And it's going to be delicious.
Gonna shit myself tomorrow morning.
Same. I'm going to hope I don't have to shit on the drive home.
Spanish rice.
Ooh. Ooh. I'm trying to decide if I want... I'm trying to decide if I want a burrito or a bowl.
I always go bowl because I just can't contain it in the burrito very well.
Yeah, and because they also load the fuck out of it.
It depends. It depends on who you get. You get the freaking white boy. They don't let her eat like the actual Mexicans that work there.
I'm pretty sure the last time I went,
they double scoop you chicken no matter what. You didn't have to ask.
Yeah, 100%.
If it's a white dude, they're like, me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the last
there, me and Camdog went, and the dude at the counter, very Mexican. Uh-huh. He goes, "You white people love Spanish rice." I was like, "I'm right."
There's a couple there. They're all within the same Morales family. I'm pretty sure the last time I went, I got and it's all, the dad owns like Hacienda Real. The uncle owns like El Toro.
Oh no shit.
I'm pretty sure agave is owned by like this nephew or something. I'm pretty sure the last time I went, like I got the owner of that one, and so he just. I'm like, oh my god, I couldn't finish it.
Oh no. What the dog doing?
Speaking of, we should go check on Iro. I don't know what time it is. Matt should be already back and grabbing him. Doesn't matter.
Good deal.
We're gonna get agave.
Yep.
Bye.